Hey, it's MK, and I am here for another 31 days of cut file video for you guys. Today, I changed my my intro just a little bit because I forgot to put with MK and Janet because that's what's going on. All right, so here is the cut file that I have for you guys today. I'm so super stoked to use this cut file, and initially I wanted to fill in the stars using this pretty thin ribbon. Well, at least I thought it was pretty thin. So this one here is a Vineyard Berry from Close to My Heart from a long time ago. And this one is Stampin' Up, but I couldn't find the color, and I just got annoyed. From Pink Paisley, I brought in that Sweet Freedom sticker sheet again, but I've already pulled off some of the stickers that I wanted to use. From Some Assemblage Required, I have the Stars and Stripes words. So you get these 3 cute little words and 6 little stars to go with. On my wax paper, I have some wood veneer stars from Some Assemblage Required, the acrylic stars from the word set, and then the stickers that I pulled off of the Americana sheet. From the Paper House paper pad, I have this beautiful paper that I've already ripped the borders off, the striped paper from Close to My Heart back in the day. And then from a different paper pad, I have this blue paper that the polka dots are actually stars. And I pulled this paper out from a paper pad that was on a... oh, what's it called? It was on a give-take table, and I just took a few of the papers and then put the rest back for someone else. So here is my experimentation with the stars, and at first I thought I was going to be able to, just fold the ribbon in half and poke it through. That didn't work. I tried a needle, and then I thought, well, I don't want to go all the way in the back and then bring it to the front. That would be really bulky. So then I tried cutting it with scissors to just use a strip of ribbon per little section. So that is what I had planned here. So I took out the needle and I was just going to use the strip, and then later down on the road I realized that instead of cutting the ribbon straight across, if you cut it at a diagonal, it becomes a pretty cool needle per se, but it takes me a bit to to realize that because I am a little bit stubborn on some things. But I only do half of the star, half of this star, and I share it with you guys so you guys can kind of see what it is that I am doing, and I don't like it. And a few of the reasons. One, the ribbon is really bulky in the back because it's folded over and then little teeny tiny pieces. And I thought about, where am I going to put all those pieces? How am I going to get those pieces to lay flat? It just seems to me like it's going to be bulkier than I want it to, but I love how the ribbon is laying down and tearing on top of itself. So I love that part. So I keep going until I get to this piece, I believe here. Nope, not this piece. It might be the next one. So right now I've got a really good pattern going on. I'm pretty excited about how this is going to look, and I wanted to fill in the stars rather than just have a stitched outline. Well, by the time I got to that one that I was working on, and I apologize that it cut out on you guys, there was a gap. And I could not fill that gap without poking a hole in my paper, and then it wouldn't have been big enough for the ribbon. So I decided not to do that, and I stitched and filled in every single one of those stars. Yes, I did, with floss. Took me all day, not gonna lie. It was an 8-hour little job that I had going on there. I don't recommend it to anybody, but it was fun. I do love a good satin stitch. However, this was hard because I had to back stitch the stars first. So I outlined all the stitches. That way I had somewhere to put my my satin stitch, because I couldn't just use it as a piece of thread. If I had a piece of cloth or even backed this paper with some sort of cloth backing, I would have been able to do the satin stitch without having to wrap around anything. But I did need to backstitch the stars first, and then my satin stitch had a place to grab, and I was able to do a satin stitch. But when I got to the very tippity tip point of my star, I actually had to use liquid glue to hold it in place because all it wanted to do was slide down the stitch, right? Because I was trying to make it taut all the way across. So it's a trial and error. I love how it turns out. It is not perfect by all means, but I do like and enjoy how it turned out. So now I am going to finish, and I do apologize that I did not record it. But like I said, every star was trial and error, and I just felt like I would have just been wasting space and a lot of editing time trying to figure out, how to edit it. So I did it all off camera, and I apologize about that. But while I was stitching, doing two things at once, I decided to take a picture of my Americana decor that is now currently residing in my craft room. Someone suggested that I take a breather and just, stop organizing, stop stressing myself out, and just put up a decoration of some sort. So my husband hung up my tier trade shelves for me, and I went ahead and, even though it was after the 4th of July, I love my Americana goodies, you guys. I keep them up. I keep some of them up all year round in my home. And so I thought it would be kind of cool to keep them up for a little bit longer, at least through the month of July in my craft room, because like I said, I do really love having my Americana showing and whatnot. I also have military embellishments to go up as well, because my husband and I were both in the military, and that just makes me proud. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and put my star down, and what I'm going to create, because the paper really does all the work for me. Did I say that I took a picture of my Americana so that way I had a picture to go on this layout? At first I was going to just do a title and then do what Janet Madison calls it a storyteller page, where she does a lot of journaling with a no picture layout. That's what I was going to do, and I apologize for the noise in the background, you guys. I really do. I've got the shop is running, but what she talks about is when you do a storyteller page, there's no photo, you just have a story to tell. And I really wanted to tell the story of our 4th of Julys, and how they've evolved and how they've changed ever since we've moved into this house, which is right across from all the shenanigans of the 4th of July. And it just seems like we're always a part of it in one way or another. And I thought I was going to do that. And then I'm not one to write a big story or anything like that. Once my hand gets a pencil or a pen in its palm, then all of a sudden the words are gone. I have nothing to say. I can talk all day long, but once I go to write it down, it's a blank slate, and I have nothing to say except for the word "the," right? Or it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've never been able to do that. Back in the day in my English, English class days, my parents actually had to purchase a tape recorder for me to just talk, and then I was able to write my assignments down, because I seriously have that big of a creative block when it comes to a pencil in my hand and what to say, but I can say it out loud, from start to finish with no problem. I've never understood my problem. So anyways, I decided to do this instead and just have a beautiful title page, basically, that leads into all of the fireworks and whatnot. And I wanted at the bottom of my title page to basically be this amazing border of all these stars, because I love putting stars on my layout. I apologize that these stars are a 4th of July again, because the last star was 4th of July too. But we don't really do a whole lot of celebrating type stars. I find an excuse to use a star all the time. But I also had, I'm getting to the end. Wow. I'm getting to where I need to do the smaller pages, I should say, within my 2021 album. And so I technically just wanted to move on. And this was the next page in line, basically. And like I said, it was supposed to be a blank page. I really wanted to do one giant photo of my husband's flag that he puts up every year, but I don't have the capability of printing that at this time. But I just, yeah, it was just a fun little border that I knew I wanted to do, whether it was my husband's truck or a storytelling page or this page about my Americana goodies that I love to put up every year. Now, this isn't all of them. Like I said, in another area of my home, I have other decorations that stay up all year round. But this was what I put up in the craft room. That does make me very happy. That suggestion was perfect, actually. So I could not complain. So here are some close-ups of what the satin stitch looks like. I could tell you guys it was a struggle because it was paper. I do love doing the satin stitch on plain fabric, but yes, it was a struggle, and I had to use a lot of glue to keep it in place. And it did take about 8 hours for me to satin stitch every single star once I backstitched it. So anyways, it's still super fun, and I definitely wanted to fill those stars in. I just wished I could have got that ribbon to work, because that ribbon would have looked pretty cool too. All right, you guys. Don't forget to check out the link down below. It's a playlist link for all of those YouTubers that asked to join me this year. And I am so super stoked and so super happy that they did want to join me this year. I am just thrilled. Also, too, there's a link down below for the Facebook group if you have not joined over there. We have over 800 people subscribed. I am so, or well, not subscribed, but joined. And I am so super excited about how fast growing this community is, and all of the inspiration for those that play along. Now, you don't have to have these exact files to play along. You're more than welcome to play along with whatever star file you have, or whatever other file that you have that helps you celebrate 4th of July or any other holiday, the Memorial Day, any holiday that you want to celebrate with us. It is up to you. And the satin stitch, like I said, it is a great stitch. I really love doing it. It just was a pill on paper. I did have to backstitch first, so that way I had something to grip to. And then once I started filling it in, I did have to use glue to help me hold the ribbon or the thread in place, because it's not fabric. It's not going to stiffen up when I stitch it through fabric. So anyways, trial and error for sure. And so that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and checking out what I did, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.